Hello footy fans, let's find a winner or two in the latest round of AFL Round 3 Friday Night Football Grand Final replay, and I'll bet the life on the fact that they'll get more at the MCG for the AFL Grand Final replay than the 15,000 that turned up to the NRL Grand Final replay last week. Freo and Hawthorn, no Barlow, Fife or Dawson for the Dockers, potentially no Hodge and Mitchell for the Hawks. Still will be a ripping game. I just love what Freo are doing at the moment. They're really destroying teams. They absolutely wiped Gold Coast last week, and you might say, well, it was the Gold Coast, but it's the way they're beating sides that's really impressing me. And I love what they did at the end of last year, and I really think they're the team to beat this year. So I'm going to tip the Dockers, not with a lot of confidence because Hawthorn are the premiers and the benchmark. Saturday game, you have Adelaide Crows at home again. The Adelaide Oval is their home up against the Swans, winless in 2014. The problems there are well documented and they're fact, so don't believe any of the spin that's coming out of the Sydney Swans Football Club because it's gospel. The Adelaide Crows can win this one. Until the Swans show me something that's enough to tip them, and they are my team, I'm not going to tip them for the sake of heart over head. Bulldogs take on Richmond. Dustin Martin had a few dusty issues during the week, but I don't think that'll affect the football club on the field. They should be able to be too good for the Bulldogs. They got away with one last week, Richmond against Carlton. I think they can be too strong for the Doggies who are just battling at the moment. Now the Suns take on Brisbane. Q Clash, world's worst name, but let's go with it anyway. They will be winning, the Suns. It's a tough trip back and forth to Fremantle or the West Coast, and I think they can go around and beat Brisbane, who were good for a quarter and a half against Geelong but then faded out, and that concerns me a lot. The Eagles will beat St Kilda, not much more to say there. They'll just win by as much as you can kick your hat. Magpies take on the Cats. Now Pendlebury didn't train for the first part of the week. They expect him to play. No Taylor Hunt for the Cats. Cats have just got too many big guns. The Magpies got away with Sydney, and expect Travis Cloke to have a bit more of an impact this week as well. It won't be the whitewash that many are predicting, but I really think that the Geelong Cats are too good for Collingwood. GWS, they should be 2-0. Should have beaten St Kilda last week. They didn't. They should beat Melbourne, who were woeful last week, and Roosy's going to come back to Sydney and not have a happy trip, I don't think. Kangaroos take on Port, who are my favourite team to watch at the moment. And if you get a chance, have a look at the YouTube video released by the Port Adelaide Football Club of Ken Hinkley talking to his leadership group prior to the start of last week's game against Adelaide, and you'll understand what makes this man tick. Just some subtle words. It's very compelling viewing. So I think Port Adelaide will win because they are just on fire. They're fit, they're running, and they're winning every last quarter. And the last game is Essendon taking on Carlton. Carlton will rue the one that got away. Mick nearly had a heart attack last week. They don't want to do that to him again. The Bombers, again, were good when they lost, but I saw the positives, and Bomber Thompson handled it beautifully, so I think they can win this one. Let's have a look at the tips. There you see them on screen. In Friday Night Football, I like Fremantle just to beat Hawthorn. Saturday, I'm tipping the Crows and Richmond along with the Suns, and then the games across the rest of the weekend. The Eagles, the Cats in the game against the Magpies, and then GWS on Sunday, Port Adelaide and Essendon wrapping it up with a big win over Carlton.